Hello, it's June 19th, 2024. I'm at the Leesburg Corner Premium Outlets, and I'm about to ride Loudoun County Transit for the first time. Quite possibly on their weirdest route, and possibly the weirdest bus ride I've been on. So, comes in a couple minutes, so I kind of rushing to get there. Also, if you're curious what the outlet mall looks like on a three-dimensional model, here's the answer to that. Right, update. So I just missed the safety ride bus, so I can do one of a couple things. I can try to get up to that traffic light and get it from the other side of the street. No guarantee that'll happen. Or I can walk further down the route, but it only runs once every half an hour because they only run one bus on the route. So I'm just gonna start walking that direction, see if we can get it from there. So it all depends on traffic lights now. The bus is up there at the next traffic light, waiting to turn. The bus stop's there. And these lights are synchronized, so it's unlikely I'll make it. Might actually make that bus. It's a safety ride, Route 54. I made it somehow. Alright, it's the only free bus route either, so no fare for this one. Oh, we made it. Normal half bus, wheelchair lift. Alright, so now for a little route overview. Starting with a zoomed out map of Leesburg's bus routes, you can see the various routes that run through town, and most of them do converge on the government center in the downtown, which serves as the transit center. And then if you zoom in on Route 54, you get this purple monstrosity, which is the safety ride. So I started down here at the bottom of the map, the Leesburg outlets, missed the bus, so I went across the street to Home Depot while the bus was doing this weird loop thing over to the apartments. Got on the bus, went out Fort Evans Road towards Leesburg Bypass, and made a right turn, made a right onto Edwards Ferry Road, then another right into the shopping center, past Michael's, past Ross, all the other stores, went past Dick's Sporting Goods, crossed Edwards Ferry, went by Target and Kohl's and Chick-fil-A, and then we made a right back onto Edwards Ferry, went across the bypass, turned right into Shenandoah Square, stopping at the Shenandoah building, turned left onto Heritage Way, going past some local stops in some apartment complexes, making a left into the cul-de-sac at the end of Fort Evans Road, which is a disjointed segment from the other section of Fort Evans, where I got off. And if I were to stay on the bus would just go back down Heritage, with a right on Edwards Ferry, a right on the bypass, and left on Fort Evans, before going back into the outlet mall. So the only reason this route exists is because of the Leesburg Bypass, also known as Route 15, the bypass route, which also becomes Route 7 bypass further down, but it's not safe for pedestrians to cross. So there's no crosswalks or anything, and this bus just shuttles people between shopping centers and offices and houses on both sides. So eventually we'll end up over there, but as you can see, they have fences, like, to try to keep people from walking across. So there's a no pedestrian sign there. This is our first deviation, I guess. This whole route's just deviations, but here's our first stop. It's just here-ish. It's a Sleep Number store, and then the next stop is Staples, which is so far away.
Michael's.
Oh, it's Michael's, sorry. Slightly further. There's an actual sign here. It says 54 on it.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
So there's no stop request, you just call out, I guess. Interesting. I didn't see a fare box on my way in either, so maybe it's just this bus is a little strange. So I guess the closest thing to this would be like an airport parking lot shuttle, except there's no airport and it's just shopping centers and office buildings and apartments and houses, so it's a very strange route. This next stop is literally just called Chick-fil-A. I mean, here's the thing, it does interchange with more than one other bus routes, so I mean, interchangeability, like with other lines, is good. And it gets you closer to destinations probably than most other lines would, because the other ones don't dip into the shopping centers and come back out. And when we're going to the Shenandoah, it's the first time we'll actually do what this bus was meant to do, which was cross Route 15 bypass. Although, I mean, going down it too from the outlets is also what it's supposed to do, but it basically serves as a way for pedestrians to get around, so this is our first time actually crossing the highway. Alright, so we're about to cross the Leesburg bypass, which carries 2 lanes of traffic in each direction. That was certainly easier than crossing on foot. Shopping center number 4, Shenandoah Square. Little half buses are quite bumpy. Our first normally named bus stop. Now I'm going to do a stop request. Next stop, please.
Healthworks and Manor Apartments.
Oh, this one actually has a shelter. And it's a transfer point to the 54.
Heritage Way and Adams Drive.
Thank you, have a good one. We're now across. The outlets are right across the street. And there goes the bus, Route 54. The station is just called, I believe, Healthworks and Manor Apartments. So, continuing the trend of weird bus stop names. The only normal ones I passed were Heritage and Adams and Heritage and Everett's Ferry. You know, just normal street corner route names. I mean, bus stop names. So, transfer point between the 54 and the 57. The 57, which runs east and west to downtown Leesburg, and the 54, which I just did. And the next stop on this route actually is back at the outlet mall. I missed the first stop because I was just a few minutes too late. But as you can see, it says don't walk, ride safety shuttle free, town of Leesburg, and no pedestrian sign, and a fence that would seem pretty hard to cross. So I believe this says the same thing in Spanish. Don't cross, use the bus that's free. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm pretty sure that's what that says. And yeah, all those floodlights on the other side of the road, that's the outlets parking lot. So, and if I were to stay on one more stop, that's where I'd end up. And according to the live tracker, there's supposedly a 57 to downtown in 4 minutes. and 57 out of town in 19. But it's very hard to tell which way they're going. You have to go in and see where the next stop is, because it just says to the village of Leesburg, because these routes run 2 directions. Except the safety ride, which just runs in a loop. So 54 is just a big loop. So it really has no start or end points. And you could even consider this a deviation, because we're coming out of the shopping center to come to this office park and these apartments. So it's a little strange. So it deviates, the outlets is a deviation, and then it deviates into the shopping center with Michael's and Dick's Sporting Goods, then it deviates over to Target and Kohl's, then it deviates to the Shenandoah building by Burger King, and then it deviates here. And then it does it again. So really this whole route is just deviations. There's no real line it uses. I might have to give this a rating of the weirdest bus route I've ever ridden. That's, again, not an airport parking shuttle, because it's very much similar to what this is. But overall, mostly comfortable ride, a little shaky for the camera, but it didn't feel bad at all. And buses were nice. Really weird that you have to yell out that you want to stop, but honestly, there are much worse problems to have on a bus, such as infrequent service. But once every half hour, including on today, which is a federal holiday, I don't have too much to complain about it. It gets you where you need to go, it's pretty good, and it has good interconnectivity with other lines, like the 57 and the 70. And I believe you can also get the 56 from somewhere that's not too far away. With that, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird loop line that consists almost entirely of deviations, that is free and could be replaced by a few strategically located crosswalks or pedestrian bridges. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed. I know I had a lot of fun riding the bus. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.